You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
Hello. That energy. All right.
I was trying to come up with something that fits, and I have nothing that fits in my head thematically.
Yeah, bowling's tough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to even think of like a good Kingpin reference that we could open with, but
Here's where we find our money, Lebowski, on this bowling episode.
You should have watched Kingpin or Big Lebowski or something to go with this one.
we did Kingpin for
that's right.
that other bowling game that I can't remember the name of. But yeah,
forgot.
Big Lebowski would have been a good one.
Yeah, I forgot.
That would have been a really good one.
I didn't even think about that till just now. Perfect timing.
Hey, well, let's just postpone this episode.
Go watch.
This will just be a therapy episode. We can eat some chocolate that Tyler made and take a few drafts and come back to this in-depth bowling game next week. We need all the time we can get to spend on this one.
Delaying the inevitable. Let's just get it done.
Okay.
We'll take some calls. Maybe.
This might be a record for like the fastest we get through game talk.
Could be.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on.
I mean, guys.
It's bowling.
Yeah, and they don't like
shit. I've said everything.
It's not shitty bowling, so there's not even enough to tear into about how bad it is.
Right.
It's just,
it's just
there's
like
just not a lot of game.
bowling. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's it. That's all the game talk.
So we'll talk about Super Bowling in a few minutes, but before that, what you guys been up to?
Did you know that Multiversus is shutting down
I
for
saw
good?
that. I think Nate posted that on the Discord.
Did he? I didn't see that post on the Discord, but I was doom scrolling through Reddit last night, and I saw all of these threads about Multiversus, and it's like, well, now that and I thought maybe it was an old, a really old thread.
Yeah, from when they shut it down the first time.
The first time, but nope, they've given up. They've decided that they're
after a year.
Yeah, their community is too toxic. They can't keep up with the production timeline that they established.
But really, who gives a shit about that? You know what I mean?
Cares?
No one gives a shit about their production timeline. It's just like, whatever, man. Just put out fucking, I don't know, a Scooby character every fucking couple months. Who gives a shit?
They haven't been fixing any balance to the game. Like some of the characters, like Shaggy, can still just basically helicopter
MK
around.
Ultra Shaggy, yeah.
And it's just been, it was funny because just so many posts were like, goodbye Multiversus, I'll miss you. And I'm like, bullshit, you'll forget all about it in a year.
I'm so glad I didn't go back to that game when it came back. That's like a real Lucy pulling the football out kind of scenario.
I'm not
Can
falling
you
for it
imagine
again.
going back and then a year later be like, God damn it.
And for those that have
I spent $120.
Right. I unlocked Astro. They charged me $80 for Astro. I really liked them. Elroy, you get Elroy too?
So that was one of my funny points I was going to bring up because damn,
I am curious who they added after we didn't come back.
One of the posts showed, I don't know who got added, but one of the posts showed one of the developers had sent them a list of all the characters that they were committed to at this point. Let me see if I can find them real quick. It should be pretty quick.
I'm curious, did they get to all? Are they going to get to all that full list? Or
No, they're shutting it down like next week or something.
I read
it's really soon.
I read in the post that it was delisted. It was at the time you're reading this, it's delisted, and it's like, God damn.
It's like they just went.
Yeah, it's like did
see ya.
Taz say something racist in the game and they just shut it down immediately? Like what happened? It was that level of what? You're not even selling it to people who want it? Okay.
I don't know. It just went.
I can't believe my wife said that.
Yeah, me neither. She's fast though.
Oh yeah.
One of the developers, I guess, or somebody associated with, the company that makes the game, had posted, "Back to the norm. I'm looking forward to tomorrow and seeing the reactions to what we had in store for season 5."
Back to the norm being like, I'm looking for work. Is that what they mean?
Yes. I don't know. Everybody's like trying to get petitions started to keep it going and all this other. It's dead.
No,
it's gonna die. I mean,
when they delist the game, like when you're reading it and it's like, fuck, man, you already delisted it? God damn. You're committed to shutting this the fuck down.
this arguably the subreddit for Multiversus has probably gotten more attention than the actual game.
Well, isn't the parent company in like huge financial trouble?
I don't know, man. I really don't.
So I think so. Here's a list. Freddy Krueger was done. Gumball, The Wicked Witch, Aquaman, Dexter, Daffy, Ruby. I don't know what's Ruby.
Ruby.
Mad Max.
The bunny. I think the kid's character, the bunny.
Oh, I don't know. Mad Max.
Max and Ruby.
Gandalf. King Kong.
Gandalf. Did he make it into the game?
No, he didn't make it in.
Okay.
Rigby, Johnny Bravo.
Did Johnny Bravo make it into the game?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo was done. He didn't make it in.
Ruh-roh.
None of these made it in. Scorpion.
From Mortal Kombat?
From Mortal Kombat. Pennywise. Blue. I don't know if that means Blue the dog.
From Blue's Clues?
Maybe. Starfire, Lex Luthor, and Uncle Grandpa, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, the kids used to watch that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they had a lot apparently that were done, and
The Wu-Tang Clan, they were going to put them in.
that were ready to go in.
They're like, oh, we're not fucking with
They're
that.
like,
Yeah. We diversify our bonds, but not that far.
We're diversifying by shutting it down.
turns out
Putting
that
our money elsewhere.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck
Yeah, I know
with.
the
Yeah.
fuck with.
But yeah, that was one of my notes that I knew you, especially Dave, would appreciate because
For sure.
we invested, I'd say, a pretty significant amount of time,
Yeah.
a decent amount
Maybe
of time.
I think I probably got like maybe, if I had to estimate, probably like 30 hours
yeah,
into the game.
something, which was enough for, usually if I'm going to play 30 hours of something, I'm going to play it for a while.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed, hey man, I enjoyed a lot of it.
yeah.
But yeah, when they shut it down, it's like,
I don't like this.
all right, fuck you. How about fuck you?
I watched a movie called Arcadian starring Nicolas Cage. It's just another one of those post-apocalyptic kind of deals. The Earth has been scoured of its population except for a select few, and there are monsters, and if you go out after dark, they'll get you, and yada, yada, yada. But it was okay. It was a pretty entertaining little movie. It's on
What was it called again?
Arcadian, and I don't know why it's called Arcadian. Tanya and I play this game where we try to find the title of the movie. We try to hear the character say the title of the movie, and so when they do, we call
The
out
titular line.
Yeah, we call out title of the movie. And I wish we'd been keeping track of it. I think I've mentioned this before, but they never say it, and I don't know what Arcadian means, but it was a pretty good movie. I liked it okay.
I always think about that UCB skit about the titular line. The guy who's like, yeah, I used to be in a bunch of movies. I had the titular line and out of Africa.
Oh, yeah.
What was your... Well, we got to get... Meryl, we got to get out of Africa. I had it in Star Wars, too, Meryl. I'm tired of all these Star Wars.
3 stars. Was gonna say just check it out. And I started a series on Peacock called Laid.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And it is about a woman who is sort of like, she doesn't really do well in finding meaningful relationships, and she sleeps with a lot of people. And then at some point in her just day-to-day activity, anyone she slept with starts dying in the order in which she slept with them. And she's trying to once it was a coincidence, twice it was like what the hell, and then when more people start dying, and they start to put together that it's her exes that are dying, then they got to try to figure out who.
Did they do that as that supernatural murder STD movie where the next person to sleep with the other person, the spirit would try to kill him?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
I know what you're talking
I've
about.
seen it. I can't think of is it It Follows?
Yeah.
Yeah, It Follows.
There was
For some reason I wanted to say engorged. That's not it.
Nice. Hell yeah. Anytime you get a boner, a ghost comes and chases you. But real fast, not slow, like It Follows. It's super fast.
It's the mask from Mario 2.
I thought you meant The Mask, Jim Carrey.
Then you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
So as with all American television, it's based off of a show from another country. This is an Australian show. Stephanie Tu
Called Oi, Motor Pussy.
is the lead.
That cunt's haunted.
That's it better. That's better.
A good cast. It's pretty funny. I've enjoyed it a lot. It's only 8 episodes, and it's like half-hour episodes. So
Wow.
it'll take you a couple hours to really just get through it, and then you're done.
But if you were like, but she murders 185 people in these 8 episodes, then I'm in.
Yeah. At the last episode, you're like, oh, it was 8. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Damn. Why didn't we start there?
It's a lot of people, but not 185. But yeah, I like the show a lot. I say give it a watch. I'm tired of these shows that are 8 episodes a season, and then it's a year before the next season. I'm getting really burned on. I lose track of a lot of shows because of that.
And I refuse to rewatch.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Like Squid Game, I was like, I'm not rewatching it. I liked it. I'm not rewatching season 1 to watch season 2. I'm just not going to do it.
Because it's like, okay, if this show is 8 episodes, each is 30 to 40 minutes long, that's 4 hours. The previous season, I got to go back and watch 4 hours or more, depending on how
of something
long
you
it
already
is.
watched.
Something
just
you've
to
already
get
watched.
as a prerequisite to watch
Yeah.
something else. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
They need to have like a recap episode.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z is
Yeah.
what they need.
But not like the 30-second deal like they do in front of Game of Thrones or whatever. You
You're
know,
right,
I mean,
yeah.
like I want 20 minutes of someone reminding me of everything important that happened.
They will do that in anime.
Yeah,
A lot of times there will be an episode where it's just like, you'll start it and you'll be like, huh, oh, are they doing a flashback? And they don't let you know what they're doing. So I'm like, 5 minutes in, I'm like, okay, are they just doing like a really long flashback, or is this one of those episodes where it's like, we're just gonna catch everyone up, let everyone fast forward, okay. That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
For me, but for someone else, you know.
it could be useful.
Yeah,
At
totally.
least you can skip it. But so that's that. That's really all I've watched this past week. And then I played some Marvel Rivals, and I've been practicing with different characters and gotten pretty good with Winter Soldier. And I'm getting really good with Cloak and Dagger, the healer / the duo. The other day I had a game where I had like almost 12,000 healing and damage in the same round, same game. So that went pretty well.
Hell yeah.
And then of course Overwatch is still high on my radar. We had some really good games over the weekend. I bought the shop skins came refresh every week, and they had a couple in there that I wanted. And so I bought them. And I already had some coins or whatever, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy these. That's cool. And they announced that they were having this big Twitch stream coming up, like maybe next week or the week. I think it's next week, where they're gonna do a live YouTube and live Twitch stream, making all these big, huge announcements for all these massive, major changes that are supposedly coming in the next season. And as an incentive to watch the stream,
You get drops.
you
and
get
stuff.
a drop, and it's a skin, but it was the skin that I had already bought in the shop. And I was like, well, fuck, I wanted the skin, but if I'd known it would have been freed by watching the drop, I would have just watched the drop.
Right.
Well, so in a very un-Blizzard-like turn of events, I got an email this afternoon that said, hey, this is Blizzard, and we fucked up. and made this skin available in the shop, and then said it was going to be free to watch on Twitch. So we're going to give you your money back.
That's cool.
And you can keep the skin. And it was like, damn, Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. it
No
is.
shit.
That's
What have you
unusual.
done to Blizzard? Not that I'm complaining.
Yeah,
but I
that's
thought that
great.
was a pretty cool move on
See,
their
I wish they
part.
would have given you a unique skin. If you bought it and then watched it, here's a skin you can't get any other way besides our fuck up.
Here's
Well,
a
I
skin you
kinda-
can't take off.
I kind of think that they should do that for the Twitch drops anyway, because a lot of the skins that they have on Twitch drops aren't exclusively Twitch drops. They're like, there's a lot of those skins that have come and gone that I had from years ago, and they're just kind of bringing them out of the vault, like from Overwatch 1 even. So, I don't get as many of those as I would like. And sometimes they're new skins that aren't in the shop. But like the Overwatch esports channel does, their drops are skins for the Overwatch competitive league. Like they're specifically for the esports. So they're like unique to there, and you can't buy them in the shop. And I think if it's a Twitch drop, I think it should be something unique that you can't get elsewhere.
Yeah. That would really incentivize people to get their Twitch numbers up.
But also, though, to be fair, there have been several times where they've had some classic skins that never are back in the shop that they use as Twitch drops that I didn't get. So I've been able to get a lot of skins that I missed out on the first time around because they put them as a Twitch drop. So I thought that was pretty cool of them to step up and proactively. I knew it had happened. Other people had complained about it a little bit on Reddit, but I wasn't too salty about it. I was like, well, kind of sucks. I was going to get it anyway, but it was nice of them to think of that and make that effort so I could buy some more, something else with the money I get back. So
That's cool. Yeah.
anyway, that is pretty much it for me. What's up with you, Dave?
Well, I have been playing a little game called Final Fantasy 14. You might have heard of it.
I heard you didn't like it. That's weird.
I go back and forth. It's a game. It's a fun game to be like, I'm done with this for 4 months. And then 4 months go by and it's like, man, but I do like doing the stuff in there. So some of the stuff, and then you get back in and it's like, well, now I'm playing it in a different way, trying some different stuff. It's one of those. There's so much content in that game that it's like, you can kind of go in and out and do whatever you want. But I got to the, I'm still doing the Baja, the field op, and I got past the dungeon that you have to do that's in the middle of it. It's actually really fun. It's got this mechanic in it called Twice Comes Ruin. So if you fail a mechanic in the whole dungeon, if you fail a mechanic twice, you get the Doom status effect. So you get 2 minutes to live. So it's like normally I shouldn't say normally, but usually like a mechanic would just kill you or add what's called vulnerability stacks, which means that anytime you're damaged, again, you take more damage. You're vulnerable.
Okay.
But this dungeon is like, no, man, you get 2. And then you die. And that's a lot of fun. And it kind of goes back to what I was talking about when I was talking about Eureka, where it's like I kind of like content that is not very difficult, but punishing. And that's kind of how this dungeon was, because it's like the mechanics in there aren't like crazy or anything, but it's like if you fuck 2 of them up, you're going to die. And it's not a huge deal because, someone can just res you.
Yeah.
But still, that's a thing that I don't know. That's cool. I like that. That's a nice gimmick for a dungeon.
Yeah.
So I'm like 1 rank away from max rank. I'm on the back half of that. I've heard to expect disappointment. I don't know. The storyline's been great for it so far, but I haven't looked into it a whole lot because I don't want to spoil anything, but I've heard that it's like, I've heard people make comments like shame about how that ended. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, did they finish it? They usually finish stuff, but it's like, did they finish?
It ends like The Sopranos. So it's just like your character dies and you just goes black,
Right.
and you're back in the normal game.
I mean, yeah, I look, I'd still be okay with it, but because I've just enjoyed the content itself. It really grew on me.
Journey, not destination.
Yeah, totally.
Which is a reference to my shirt, which is there's not a whole lot of the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson merch, and I finally found one. So I bought this. And I don't often buy T-shirts, and I went and bought this T-shirt.
Nice. Did you find it locally?
Nope. TikTok
Oh,
shop.
gotcha.
Yep. So I was like, holy shit, is that actually okay? Yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Is it? You don't have to answer this. You don't. Is it officially licensed?
Probably not.
Yeah. See, that's what we need to do. Is we need to find shit that people want that's officially licensed and they can't get it, and then we just open up a TikTok shop.
Yeah.
We can make more money than we do doing this show. We can quit.
Oh,
we can
easily.
retire from podcasting.
Easily. Because what are they going to do? I mean, like AliExpress and Temu and all that stuff are that way. They just fucking make that shit, and what are they going to do? Go after them in China?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
But I'm glad it looks nice.
Yeah,
does.
and it's a good
I
T-shirt.
saw the back
so,
of it.
I mean, it might be, but I doubt it.
As long as it's comfortable,
there's not
and it looks good.
To my knowledge, the only real licensed merch you could get is if you bought the secret projects on whatever his Kickstarter was for the 4
Gotcha.
or whatever. And each
Yeah.
one came with its own specialized merch. But it was Blake and I talked about splitting it, but it was still just like that's too much money. We'll just read the books. It's fine.
All right.
And for the record, I wasn't disparaging the shirt.
No,
it was just one of those where it's like I know how this shit works,
Yeah.
right? Where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like they make these fucking like incentives. You know, it's like a Kickstarter like bonus or something
Yeah.
where it's like if you're a donor, you get a shirt, and if you're not, then no shirt for you. And it's like there's a niche there for like I'll bootleg that. I'll
I
bootleg
mean, it
that
really
and sell
could
it.
be. Yeah.
I like bootleg shirts. I think bootleg shirts are fun.
Unless they're bootlegs of our shirts.
Yeah, I don't like those. Weird how my stance does a complete 180 when it's our shit getting ripped off. But it's also like that's so silly because it's like our shirt readily available, not expensive.
Nope.
We literally make $5 on it
Yep.
that we then split.
Yep.
I mean, it's like, so it's just silly. Where
Melissa still has her bootleg shirt.
Didn't someone say they like smelled funny?
no, those are our official
Our
shirts.
shirts smell funny. Well, that's the way you know.
Yeah.
If it smells funny,
Yeah.
you've
Don't
got
you like
the
to
real
be cloaked
thing.
in vinegar?
Yeah, they smell like pickles. If they don't smell like pickles when you open it, you got ripped
You know
off.
it's a genuine TADPOG
You're right.
product.
Does it itch when you wear it? Good. That
Yeah.
means it's working.
It's made of dill, you see.
Finely woven dill.
Man, that reminds me. I had a pickle I'd never had before. I think it was called you're a pickle aficionado, Tyler. So you can probably help me remember the name of it. It was like Grillo or Grillos.
There is a comes in a little plastic container.
Yeah,
in
like it looks like a cup.
Yep, it is in my fridge right now.
Yeah, and
Yep.
have you had it?
I love those.
Oh, yeah,
pickles.
okay.
They're really
It-
fucking good.
The pickle, the cartoon pickle on the front looks like he's cosplaying Dale Gribble. That's the first thing I thought when I saw it in our work fridge. I was like, that's a fucking Dale Gribble pickles? What the fuck's going on in here? And then it had a note on it that said like free to a good home or something, help yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll try one of these. And I opened that fucker up and it was like
Dill.
floating. I mean,
Yep.
like just floating in it. And I was like, that's interesting. And then I pulled one out and I ate it. I took a bite. I could not fucking believe what this tasted like. I wasn't prepared. For it was like,
It's very different.
it's very different. It's like when I eat one of those sour candies and it's like, this doesn't taste like anything. It just tastes like static. That's what it felt like at first. It was a fucking wild ass experience.
Because I remember seeing, I've seen a lot of pickle reviews of niche pickles on TikTok.
Hell
and
yeah.
Grillo's popped up on
I
a
like
lot
to
of
post
lists.
my niche pickle on
Yeah.
TikTok from time to time.
It's not for everybody,
It's
but if
taken
you've had
down
it,
a
you
lot.
really like
Yeah,
it.
lots of dill.
And then when I was in Kroger, I saw they carried them in Kroger, so I bought some.
Nice.
Yeah. No one else likes them but me.
I would, dude. It was one where I was telling Dennis about it. I texted him afterwards, and I was like, "It's a unique experience. I couldn't imagine buying it at the store, but I'm glad that like it's one that I wish I could buy it in like a one spear at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever had
I prefer Wickles, but Gorillas are a nice little departure.
Yeah, Wickles are different. Yeah.
Have you ever had one of the Snap pickles?
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
pickles.
I remember Dave and I were on the road one time.
Yep.
And I was like, "You gotta try these pickles."
They had hot ones and stuff. Well, they make cranberries too.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
you,
know that.
you can get Snap cranberries that are like they're pickled, but
Yeah, there's also
they
a pack
don't
of
taste
Snap
like
in my
pickles.
fridge right now.
Yeah, we have several. Tanya loves those things.
Want to feel decadent as fuck? Get a pack of Snap slices and put that motherfucker on a sandwich. And it's like, man, I know I'm supposed to eat this as a snack, but it's a fucking.
I
That's
just increased
topping.
my sandwich's value by $3.
sure did. Yeah,
They are the crispiest pickles I've ever had.
they're awesome,
so
man. I
good.
love those.
So
if we could get a sponsorship from Snap, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
there you go.
Any of y'all Snap?
You know anybody?
Yeah, hook us up. Our shirts can smell like your pickles.
now it's smelling like authentic Snap pickles.
I started the Righteous Gemstones.
Yay!
So
Hell
I
yes.
started watching that. It's pretty good.
Final season's coming. Oh, how far are
Not
you?
very. Super not very. 2
You're gonna-
episodes in.
You're gonna love every minute of this show. I'm telling you, it does not ever stop being good.
Cool.
I've loved every minute of it, and every time we talk about that show, I always want to go home and start watching it again from the beginning. And I've
Listen.
seen it all the way through twice.
Melissa and I watched the whole scene the other day where Judy's confessing to BJ about her affair with the teacher.
Uh-huh.
Lightning bolt straight to my slit, right then and there.
God, it's so good. And just this final
Made my
season's
bird
trailer.
twitch.
The final season trailer is out. And it's the last one. So yeah, it looks really good.
It's a good time to end it.
Uncle Baby Billy is my guy. He's my favorite. Cannot wait.
After Fallout, Walton Goggins is too expensive, so they got to end it on season 4.
One day I'll know what you guys are talking about. Someday soon, maybe.
Very soon.
Cousin.
yeah.
Is it Cousin Baby Billy or Uncle Baby Billy?
Uncle Baby Billy.
It's Uncle Baby Billy, and he'll be in it like any
Best
minute.
character on the show,
He's-
hands fucking
He is
down.
one of the best characters of
Media.
of shows.
Yeah.
Like he is a great character.
Cool.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Watching that.
I'm liking it. What I love about it is like, I forgot how like HBO shows are where it's like, this episode's an hour. This episode's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Keeps you guessing.
I love it because it's like, it's not like, never does an episode feel like, okay, well, we told the story we wanted to, I guess this one has a C plot that no one really cares about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nope.
And then I went to the dermatologist today. I got a fucking check over. That was kind of the thing to go and like get the stuff checked. The stuff that I've got checked. It's all good.
Good.
And then I was like, hey, I got like a skin tag. Can we do something about that? And they're like, yeah, we can do something about that. That's what we do. It's like, cool, great.
You freeze it?
I don't know what they did, man. I think they cut it
Oh.
because they were like, all right, we're just going to numb it. And I was like, okay. And they numb it. And then they're like, can you feel that? I'm like, nope. And they're like, okay. And then they're like, we're going to cauterize it. It might stink. And I'm like, this ain't my first rodeo. I've had biopsies and shit. I know the smell of it.
I'm no stranger to stink, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Burning
Yeah.
flesh? That's nothing.
But I did so when I went in, I never had like a check before. Usually the doctor's been like, you got any like new shit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this on my arm? But not this time. They were like, all right, so you want to do like, I mean, it was like the assistant was talking to me like I knew what the fuck was going on. Because she was like, do you want like waist up or full body? And I was like, what? Like there was no leading. It was like, what?
You just
Full body, please.
Palmer $20.
And I said, I guess waist up. And she's like, okay. And then she was like, it was a weird arrangement because she was like, well, what do you want to do about the skin tag? Skin tag is on my thigh. And like way up there, like way up there.
I had one on my literal scrotum.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I
remember you talking about
froze
that
fucker off myself. I did it at home. But
Well, I asked her because I said, hey, look, there's these at-home kits. And it's like, I thought about doing that. And I said, but then I read online that like, you're not supposed to do that. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I know you're going to tell me that I should get it done here because that's what you do.
Yeah, you have to pay more money to me if you do that. So you need to get it done here.
I actually I actually paid $25 less than the at-home kit.
Oh, okay. Damn it. There you go.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck my insurance provider paid her.
Now, I will say this: the at-home kit worked for me.
Good.
And it does say you might have to do it twice, but in this case, it was a little. You kind of grab it with this little fork to isolate it, and then you freeze it with stuff that's like when you hold the canned air upside down.
Yeah.
And you what you do is you stick this Q-tip in a little hole in a little receptacle, and the can is attached to that. And you hold the button down on the can and freeze the shit out of the end of the Q-tip, and then you touch it to the skin tag, and it turns black.
You're a brave man.
Man, I was about to say, dude, I'm so glad that I didn't do that. I'd be so fucking freaked out.
It wasn't bad at all. I mean, it stung a little, obviously, but then it eventually just kind of came off. And it didn't come back. But that
whole third ball gone now,
dude. I think about all the miniatures that I've painted with like wonky eyeballs. It's like I don't trust myself to fucking hit. It's like, oh shit.
It was challenging, but I will say, even though the kit was expensive, there's enough in it to do like 3 or 4 or 5 skin tags. If you have a lot,
go in as a group.
Let's all do it. If you have a lot of them and you want to remove, that might be the way to go. But it does take a steady hand. I mean, I could have easily just frozen a spot on my nutsack right off.
Oops.
Oh, that went through. I don't know what to do now. It's not bleeding because it's frozen. So skin tag came off.
Yeah. And it was a situation where it's like, since I did the waist up, I had my shirt off. And then when it came time to do the skin tag, I was like, so I just pull my pants down now or like what? They're like, yeah. And it's like, you have to. So I didn't set the stage properly. My dermatologist.
You guys got a fluffer?
You're right. My dermatologist is a beautiful woman. And her assistant is also a beautiful woman. Just like young, vibrant, radiant would be a word that I would use to describe. And it's this situation where it's like, I'm not sure I'm comfortable. Like this is odd.
I have to show this woman my penis.
Unfortunately, I mean, I honestly think, I mean, I was like fucking keeping it cupped. You know what I mean? It's like this fox ain't getting out of the hen house. You know, like this is staying in and we're just going to lift this up. And yeah. So awkward. It was awkward. But hey.
I'm just going to pull the skin tag out of my zipper. There you go.
Well, it looks like I sat on some gum. But yeah. No, they're great there, but it is just kind of one of those things where it's like, man, I wish like a Ernest Borgnine type was here to do this, you know, instead of like the elves from the Lord of the Rings.
Well, that's how I felt that one time. I mean, I told the sister on the show many, many years ago, but I remember I needed a refill on like my Ambien at the time, and the only time I could get was like a really early appointment on a Saturday. So I set my alarm for like 15 minutes before my appointment, rolled out of bed, put on pajamas, and just went because all I was gonna do is just, hey, I need this refill. Thank you. Cool. I got up, had to take a shit, took a shit, felt like I was shitting out of 2 assholes. It was the weirdest.
That sounds
terrible
super
feeling.
efficient.
I mean, if that's what would have really happened, yeah.
Yeah. Have you talked to your doctor about that? Like, can we just add
when I went there, I did bring it up.
Yeah.
And she, who was an attractive doctor, was just like, yeah, we need to see that. I was like,
right? Oh God.
I was like, I didn't prepare for that.
Yeah.
I didn't shower anything. I rolled into bed and I came
Can
here.
I get like at least a little high before we do that?
Well, and she had like her student with her. She's like, I have a student I want to watch, also an attractive woman. So like, they're like, any extra fecal matter we get, we'll just send to the lab. And I was
Nice.
like, okay, sure. Here's my dirty
Nice.
second butthole.
Yeah.
Have fun. She was only at that practice for about 2 more months, and she left.
That's like, did she fail her sanity save or?
I guess I've exclusively seen the nurse practitioner since that happened.
I tried to warn you.
Yeah, that's not on you.
Her husband is a pretty popular OBGYN in the area
I already know who
at
you're
Baptist,
talking
who is
about.
also known for looking a little funny anyway.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
Yep.
about.
That's it for me. Final Fantasy skin tags. I got it covered.
Usual week.
Put those
Yeah.
words
Week.
together. I got Final Fantasy skin tags.
Yeah, that's probably what gave it to me. if I'm being
Final
perfectly
Fantasy
honest.
skin tag.
Yeah.
Man, who expansion's really weird.
Man, you got any hobbies? Yeah, wear like really tight underwear and play Final Fantasy.
Wiggle around a lot.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Melissa and I watched a pretty good Riff Tracks Bloody Pit of Horror, which was like a horror movie from the 70s. It's fucking atrocious. As soon as it started, it's filmed in Psychovision. And Psychovision was all done in like colors and blood and shit.
Yeah, a lot of Joe Bob's movies that he shows are in Psychovision.
Okay, because she's like, what is that? What is Psychovision? Is that something?
Is it something
film
invented
thing?
for that movie? Right.
That's what I thought. I looked it up. I couldn't find any of the references to Psychovision besides Bloody Pit of Horror, and it's just something
It's-
that they said.
They'll say it. I don't think it's a thing. I think
They
it's
just
just a
say
thing
it
that's
'cause
used.
it's horror, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's like it's not like Panavision.
I was like, oh, here's what it is. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It's their way of cracking a joke about it or whatever. But I've seen 2 or 3 movies that have said filmed in Psychovision.
The Wikipedia entry says it does nothing. If you see anything that looks odd, that you have a mental disability.
Yeah.
It's all for diagnostic purposes.
right.
The DSL-9 lists these movies.
Who made this movie? The Australian government?
But it's pretty funny. I
public
high recommend
service.
on that. Besides that,
How bloody was the pit?
I didn't really see a bloody pit because it's about this guy who's trying to. So there's a serial killer.
Lose his virginity.
It's pretty much a serial killer who is finally caught and killed and entombed, and these people wanted to film or do a photo shoot in like a gothic castle for their magazine. So it's like 3 supermodels, 4 guys, and they go and break into this castle they think is abandoned. Nope, someone lives there, and just the plot just goes everywhere. It's awful. And the guy, they accidentally, like, 2 of them go downstairs to fuck, and they accidentally hit the casket, whatever the casket that has the nails on the inside when you close it. Forget what it
Like an Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden. They accidentally break the wax seal. Why they have a wax seal, I don't know, on the Iron Maiden. And I guess the spirit comes out, possesses the owner of the house, who then tries to become the serial killer again and does the most PG shitty torture you've ever fucking seen.
Nice.
Tighten this.
But
A
it sucks
wax
that it keeps
seal.
Slipping. Okay, there we go. And then I do have our sour treat of the month. from
Sour treat on a
Final
Frisbee.
Boss sour. Uh-huh.
That's how he's gonna serve it. Stand back a little.
Yeah. We're going to catch it like a dog in the park.
And like I was just telling you guys earlier, I'm probably going to cancel after this month because after having just the bag of sour cantaloupe and now this $30 chocolate bar you have to assemble.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
So it came with milk chocolate wafers that you melt in the microwave, white chocolate ganache, Rice Krispies, and then if it had even been a new sour fruit, like, hey, this is exclusive to this deal. Here's a fruit we haven't offered before. Just the fucking strawberries again. So just whatever was laying around, bullshit value. Like I'm pissed off about it. And it comes with a mold, and you have to make the chocolate bar. And I fucked up. I thought the white chocolate would set up. It didn't. You're supposed to go in the middle.
Oh.
So in the middle of it is supposed to be the strawberries, the Rice Krispies, and the ganache. I would have figured you had two different varieties of chocolate with Krispies and strawberries. Even still, that sounds overkill. But I made it
Okay.
so we can try it.
All right.
It's just a shame, though. It's disappointing whenever like something like this starts off so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of just falls apart, you know?
Here,
If I could have about half of that piece, that would be.
because I just wanted to make sure you guys get
Actually, let me
enough
just-
of.
let
You
me
want to break
just
that in
split
half?
this with him.
So I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure you guys get strawberry and Rice Krispie.
Oh, that is a bar, isn't it? Okay. Here, take that one.
Okay.
My hands are clean, I promise.
Yeah, it's all good.
So yeah, so it's a cross promotion between Choco Box and Final Boss Sour. So here's our, because and also when the only level 4 thing they ever released, I ordered and they were like, oh no, we ran out. Sorry. Unless I said anything, they were just gonna send me bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm over this.
It smells good.
Yeah, so here we go. Choco Box, Final Boss Sour, chocolate Rice Krispie, strawberry. Bullshit.
Cheers.
I mean, it's okay.
It's pretty good.
$30 good?
I don't
No.
know about that. I'm not getting any of the sour either.
Because I mean, it's overpriced anyway, but the offerings have just taken such a nosedive. I'm just
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth $30.
You prepared it well.
Yeah.
I go.
Did you get strawberries, Ian, in your bite?
I got a little bit. It's not very
I
sour.
can taste a little bit.
Yeah,
It's level 1. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was okay. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth the price,
No.
but it's pretty good. Especially, so this is what I was saying at the beginning or before we started about the fact that you have to put it together yourself. Kind of really chaps my ass.
Yeah, why don't they
this
just-
could have just been sent. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Just make it and send it. I guess it might melt or something.
I mean, because the chocolate by itself could have melted anyway in that packet. I mean, it wasn't like controlled or anything, just a cardboard box. So I guess they had to release it now before it gets any warmer outside.
Yeah.
But
It's actually just got a
little bit of strawberry.
whole bunch of the strawberry right at once.
That's how it would work for me. I would have more of that. I mean, totally.
Yeah. I might have more of that.
Yeah, please do.
It's tasty.
Because I don't want to take that to work and set it on my desk for people. So yeah, we'll eat up.
Okay.
So on the other hand, so I do have a draft.
All right.
Yes.
I have a 15-spot draft because I kept getting good ones. And I didn't want to cut anybody out.
Okay.
So this is all based on a joke my wife made when we were in 8th grade
Okay.
that ties into bowling.
Okay.
So anytime someone talks about bowling, my mind immediately goes to what she said.
Okay.
So it is, and I'm sure I've told this story. We are at the lunchroom table in 8th grade. Melissa and I always sit across from each other, and we're with Good Time Gatsby and then her current boyfriend. And
Wait, you need to talk to her about that.
no, fuck that.
So her current boyfriend?
Oh no, her ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Her boyfriend at that
the-
time.
oh,
At that
sure.
time. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, man, let's stop the podcast right now.
I'd be impressed if she stayed with her boyfriend from 8th grade onward. But like they had just like fooled around, and the guy reaches over and grabs a roll off Melissa's tray, which that's the only thing she ever ate anyway, which is rolls. So she's pissed at one. He took the only food that she wanted to eat. And when she says something, he just sticks his finger in it. And she goes, "Oh, that finger's been in my cousin. She's like a bowling ball. She's been fingered more times than a bowling ball." So that's just always what I think. So
Nice.
the reference, fingered more times than a bowling ball, 15-spot drafts of dumb hot girls.
All right.
Dumb hot people. What is the brain dead beauty trope?
Okay.
These all come. So 15 characters who are attractive,
15 bowling balls.
dumb, and promiscuous.
Okay.
all from the brain dead beauty trope from TV tropes.
Okay.
So if you disagree with this list, take it up with TV tropes.
So what are we? We're drafting these.
Yes.
Okay. Are we? Any rules for the draft? Like our favorite is one, or like
I'd say just your favorite. Drafting your favorite, and these come from cartoons, movies, TV shows, live action, animation, comics, the whole shebang.
Okay.
All
Cool.
of media.
Great.
So 15. Brainless beauties. So first spot, Brittany from Daria. Remember the cheerleader,
Yeah.
the blonde cheerleader from Daria.
Is that her sister? Who's her sister?
Quinn was her sister.
Quinn. Okay.
I didn't watch Daria, so that's got to go on 15 for me.
Okay.
Pretty low for me. As well. I'm gonna go 12.
Next spot, Luann from King of the Hill.
Luann. Luann is great.
Man, is awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
Wasn't she voiced by Brittany Murphy?
Yes.
Let's do.
And these are both male and female. The whole list.
I'm going to put Luann at 6.
I got Luann at 5. I get the brainless part.
Yeah.
Next, Derek Zoolander.
Zoolander. That is a movie that I did not like the first time I saw it, but every time I've seen it since, I liked it more.
I've not seen Zoolander 2.
I haven't either.
Most people haven't.
Yeah, I haven't heard good things
I
about it.
haven't either. I didn't see it either. And I actually really liked Zoolander.
Oh, yeah, I loved the first one. Yeah.
I'm going to put him at 11.
I got Derek Zoolander at 8.
Next, Rocky from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Which one is Rocky?
Rocky's the blonde that Dr. Frankenfurter creates, and then he fucks everybody else.
Yes. 8.
Where'd you put that, Rocky, Dave?
Rocky the 3.
3? Oh, Rocky fan. Karen Smith from Mean Girls.
Is she the one that
Yep.
tells the weather by grabbing her
Grabbing her
boobs? That's Amanda Seyfried.
Yes, there you go. I think her breakthrough role.
Number 2.
I'll go 4. That's high.
Specifically, this version, Johnny Storm from Ultimate Fantastic Four.
I never saw it.
I didn't either.
I like Johnny Storm.
So apparently in this version, he's very stupid. Pretty boy. Somebody convinces him at some point he can get pregnant in this run.
Okay. It sounds like they just kind of took him and like
Just amped up the himbo.
pulled and tugged a little bit to make some things a little more extreme.
Let's Flanderize this a little bit, all right?
I don't know much about Johnny Storm in any timeline except for what I've seen on movies and stuff.
Deadpool and
3.
Wolverine.
Deadpool. I saw the original Fantastic Four movie where he plays Johnny Storm. I saw both of those. And he was pretty good looking in them. So that's what I base it on. But I don't know about the one you said. But I'm going to put him square in the middle at 7 between Luann from King of the Hill and Rocky from Rocky Horror.
I've never seen it. 15 for me.
Okay. Beach Ken, which is Ryan Gosling from Barbie.
Man, I haven't seen that.
It's good. It's
pretty
very
good. I heard it's good.
Yeah, I really like it.
But yeah, it's one of those I should probably see. But I've got it in my mind where it's like, yeah, I guess I kind of. I have in my mind what it is, and I'm sure it's not that. Even though in my mind it's like that's pretty good. It's just one of those where it's like if I see it, will it truly surprise me? Like is it written in a way where it's like, oh fuck, man, that was like clever as shit.
I mean, some of it, yeah.
It's
Okay.
a pretty decent movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
All right.
I mean, I watched it with. So it's a double-edged sword. You either want to watch this with a woman or not, right? It's like, depending on the woman, you might want to watch it alone. But if you watch it with the right woman, and you're on the right side of things, then it will go well. It would be a fun experience. Tanya and I had a really good time watching it together.
Okay.
As soon as I left the movie, I bought the hoodie he's wearing in the final scene.
Nice.
That I'm Knuff or whatever.
All right.
And
That's a 10 for me.
It's also a musical.
I haven't seen it, so it should go lower, but how are the songs?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty good songs.
I'm Just Ken won
yeah, it got an Oscar nod.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 10 for me.
which skewers, like, that's the point they're trying to make in the movie. Like, it talks about, men dominating society, and he's the only one that gets nominated in the whole movie, despite the fact every other role is a woman.
And they're all fantastic.
And even when they recognize him, he's like, "You're missing the point."
Yeah.
9 for me. For him.
9.
10 for me. I haven't seen it, so it should go lower. But I do like Ryan Gosling, so
Yeah.
that bumped it up.
He's
Ryan
really
Gosling's
good
great.
in it, and that's worth coming up a few spots for me.
Next is Marsha Brady from the 90s Brady Bunch movies.
Kind of ties in with Zoolander a little bit.
Yeah.
She's cute.
She's great. I don't like the movies, but
I do like the
I did.
movies
I did too.
because they were such perfect satire of the original show, which I watched religiously.
yeah.
And
If I watched the show more, I might have liked the movie more.
there were several times where it went off the rails, and they were clearly just pandering for laughs, which is fine because that was the point. It was on purpose. But Jan was cute. She was a cutie. I'm gonna put her at 4.
It's a 2 for me. I liked her when she was on Hey Dude. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
And Zoolander.
yeah,
She's just got a very cute face. Just a, I don't know. It's almost like at first when you look at her, she looks plain, but she's not.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. That's why I like her so much.
Next is Jeff Winger from Community.
man, that's good. Damn. The highest I can go without 1 is 6. I don't know how many more do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4.
A lot.
6. Yeah, I gotta go 6. I like Community a lot, and Jeff doesn't work without the rest of the crew. So yeah, it's 6 for me.
14 for me because I didn't care for Community.
Yeah, Melissa, I've tried so many times to get her to watch it, and she just can't get into it.
I can't either.
I feel like I'm watching a school play.
Yeah. And
like, okay.
I know what they're doing. I mean, they were kind of running on that Parks and Rec and The Office bandwagon of that sort of comedy. And it's not that it's not funny. It just didn't resonate with me the same way those two did.
Yeah.
So I just kind of blew it off. Once I saw a few episodes, I was like, even Chevy Chase being in it didn't help for me.
Yeah.
And that would have normally.
The D&D episode is really fucking good.
I've heard that statement said
If you
a
can
lot,
find it.
actually.
Yeah, they pulled it since Ken Jeong is in Drow face. 'Cause he's wearing the black makeup, so they pulled it from a lot of streaming services.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Community still holds up for me, but I could totally see like it being tough for somebody watching it now because it's old. It's one of those shows where it's like doesn't feel like it should be old, but the last time I rewatched it, I was like, God damn, this is fucking old. What the fuck?
Maybe it doesn't age as well.
Yeah.
Next is Hilary Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh man, I love Hillary. Fuck, I love Hillary. Hillary's so great of a character because it's like she should not be lovable, but she's played in such a way where I mean, I love Hillary. I think Hillary, that show wouldn't be the same show without any of the cast. But Hillary, yeah, that's a 1. That's 1.
One,
I'm
Hillary?
gonna put my 1 on Hillary.
right.
Yeah.
5 for me. I like Hillary.
Next, Blanche Devereaux from The Golden Girls.
You know, I used to think about, I would watch that show and I used to think she's sexy, but that has not aged well for me either.
No.
It's like I look back and I think, what was I think? I was supposed to think she was.
Right.
She
sexy.
was just horny. So just
Yeah.
like, I like a horny girl.
I like horny
She's hot.
women. I'm gonna put her low at 13.
Any port in the storm.
It's 11 for me. Blanche. Golden Girls is another one of those shows where it doesn't work without any of them. But I
Yeah.
mean, like on their own, Blanche is pretty low.
Yeah.
She always to me kind of felt like a like her character almost existed to like not really as a character, but as like a something's gonna happen because of Blanche.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's a
Yeah.
narrative
She's
device.
the spark.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would have thought honestly that you would have gone with Betty White. for that
She
one.
wasn't listed.
From Mary Tyler Moore Show?
She could have been in the Mary Tyler Moore Show. You're 100% correct.
Is Johnny Bravo on that list?
No, I thought he would be, but he
Damn.
was not listed.
That's a huge oversight.
Yep. Next is Joey Tribbiani from Friends.
I had much the same reaction to Joey over time as I had to Blanche Devereaux, which was at first I was like, man, he's good looking. You know, I like his style and he's funny, but that kind of attitude, that kind of his whole shtick just didn't.
Well, over time, he goes from being, kind of stupid at times to like barely functional, sort of like
Yeah,
season
they
10.
really-
Flanderization.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really leaned into the stupid.
Yep.
On
Fucking
his
Johnny stormed his ass.
12 for me.
That's a 9 for me. I like Joey. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
Joey,
him
but-
fine.
Next is Drew, who is played by John Hamm in 30 Rock as Liz Lemon's hot, dumb boyfriend.
Okay. This is tough for me because 30 Rock is excellent. However, I don't feel like Drew's a big enough part of the show.
He's a very minor.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's kind of one of
They
those.
got John Hamm as much as they could.
Right.
And it's not because he's expensive, it's because he was already doing everything else.
Yep.
10 for me. I am hardcore on the fence about him. Like sometimes he's a treat, and sometimes he just annoys the shit out
He
of
is.
me.
He's best enjoyed as a treat.
Yeah, just a little bit from time to time, once in a while.
I honestly
I like it when he does comedy, and I don't think he does enough comedy.
And he was in Landman. And
Oh, really?
He plays with the Billy Bob Thornton deal on Paramount Plus I was talking about a couple weeks ago. He's in that, and he's okay. He's all right in it. You know, I don't think he takes away from the show that he's in. I just think that I kind of could take him or leave him sometimes.
Sure. It's a 12 for me.
12.
Yeah. I'm not like a
10.
huge John Hamm guy. He's okay. He's fine. It's just, yeah. It's okay.
Next, Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec.
Oh, fuck. If only I had a higher spot. 7's the highest I got.
Three for me.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, 3 would be a perfect spot for him.
And they did the opposite. I don't think they kind of didn't. It's not the opposite. That's the wrong word. But they kind of leaned a little less into the stupid for him the way they did with Joey. Like he actually grew as a character.
Yeah, because he's only supposed to be like in 3 episodes of the first season.
Yeah.
But everybody just liked him.
Yeah.
So,
They developed his character enough to get to like make you know that he's doing all right. He was barely functional at the beginning, and then he ended up lucking his way.
He and
into-
April, like,
Yeah,
you have to
together.
have him and April.
Oh, my
What a
God.
good couple!
Yeah.
What a perfect couple!
So
They
good.
don't
TV
function
couple.
as well apart as they do together.
correct.
Yep.
They make each other better, and that is absolutely why that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Where'd you guys put Andy?
3 for me.
7 was as high as I could go.
This last one better be a doozy because it's my number 1. Whatever it
The
is.
last, certainly not least, who I personally believe may be the pinnacle of this trope.
Ted Baxter.
Close. Kelly Bundy.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yes! Got it in 1. Yeah, Kelly Bundy's my
Ted
number
Baxter
1.
also wasn't on that list, but he would have been
That would
a
have
really
been a
good one.
fucking good one. Yeah, Kelly Bundy, top spot, number 1. perfect. I don't care about the whole rest of the list. I got her in number 1 and Amanda Seyfried in Mean Girls in number 2. That's exactly how I would have crafted that. So, love it.
14 for me. Way lower than I would have put her. Yeah, she and Andy.
But Hillary's
both
still a
got
good
low.
one.
No, I'm glad. I'm happy with
is a
Hillary
good
as a
one.
one.
Hillary's the other side of the Kelly Bundy coin.
She is the rich side.
Yep. There we go. 15 spot. Figured as much as a bowling ball brain dead beauty
Hell
draft.
yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Speaking of bowling,
Yeah.
want to talk about bowling?
Super league.
Super bowling.
Not bowling for soup, but super bowling.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm going to read a little email I've got from a longtime listener, one-time caller. Well, not one time, but Brad from Arizona, Zine Lord. Lord. I did put a reverb.
I heard that.
On that on his call when we said his name when he called in.
I love that.
Okay. Brad from Arizona, Zine Lord Brad from Arizona writes, "Hola, amigos. Super Bowling is an early one. This one is from the July 1992 edition of Game Pro. That is when my oldest son was born in 1992. There used to be a bowling governing body called the Young American Bowling Alliance, or YABA,
Hell yeah.
which formed in 1982, presumably to get kids interested in bowling. And how did they go about getting this interested? My eyes are bad today. How did they go about getting kids interested? 2 words: Garfield patches.
Hell yeah. I saw these photos. These are fucking
Have you seen
nice.
these, Tyler?
No.
These are nice. And I mean that.
There's Garfield and what's the pink cat's name?
Arlene.
And then we've got Garfield hanging from a 140 game balloon and Yaba.
I would not have ever gotten that patch.
And no, me neither. Well, as an adult, maybe.
I've never broken 100, kid or adult.
There's a 350 series Yaba Garfield patch looking cool, holding a bowling ball. And then a Yaba patch that doesn't feature Garfield at all, but has a really cool bowling ball with a smiley face and a crown. And it says, "I beat my coach."
I thought that said I beat my conch, and it was seashell. I was like,
Hell yeah.
That was pretty good.
Me too.
I would love to have the "I beat my coach" pin patch. This may be hard to believe, but there are tons of Yaba patches that are quite affordable on eBay.
Interesting.
So
I'm on my way right
If
now.
anybody wants to buy us some patches,
They don't even vet them or
Don't.
nothing. We
Just
could just
send
all
us
buy
money.
250 patches.
send us money instead.
No, we gotta earn 'em.
/TADPOG.
In the Tadpog Bowling League.
And okay, Yaba merged with 2 other U.S. bowling governing bodies to form the current.
Daba and do.
No, sorry.
Damn it.
He doesn't say. That might be Daba and Do, but it doesn't say. To form the current United States Bowling Congress in 2005 and no longer exists. But for one sweet triumphant minute back in 1982, Yaba endorsed a Super Nintendo game called Super Bowling, and it got reviewed in Game Pro by the illustrious Chaos. Get it?
Oh, shit.
Chaos, Kayyoss. Attention bowlers. Hit the lanes with the first SNES bowling game. In American Techno's Super Bowling, up to 4 players can roll it out. 3 unique modes feature a behind-the-bowler perspective. When the ball is tossed, the perspective zooms in to see the ball spin between the gutters. The Turkey Bowl option is a regular bowling game where you play against yourself or grab a friend or 3. In the golf mode, you try to knock down different spare setups while keeping your score under par. The practice mode enables you to set your own pin configuration for practicing especially impossible shots like splits. When it's your turn to bowl, you determine the ball's oil, which helps it glide down the hardwood, direction, spin, and power. The oil doesn't go on the ball.
I was about to say, it's on the lane,
It's
right?
on the lane. It does show a picture of a ball next to the oil meter.
Right.
but it's on just for everyone's knowledge.
When you read that, I was like,
It's on
I had
the
a
lane.
grave misunderstanding about how this works.
Chaos apparently doesn't understand how bowling really works, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll forgive them this time. Anyway, the right direction is crucial for a strike. However, aiming your ball with the game's pointer and line graph is a little tricky. You have to have a good hand-eye coordination to stop the pointer just where you want it. In bowling, form and ball release are everything. With the colorful 16-bit graphics, backgrounds are busy but clear enough to see your proxy bowler's great form. The surfing music also keeps you pumped up. And not only does not everyone loves to bowl. If you do, pull out your bowling shirt and strike it up with Super Bowling. Graphics got a 4.0. Sound 3.5, control 3.0, and fun factor 4.0. And I agree. I enjoyed this game. It was not exciting by any means, but it was a very good, straightforward bowling game. And I did like the golf mode. I thought that was a nice little twist. Or spin, if you will. And that's it. That's the article. There's a Brad sends a picture of the ad, the full page magazine ad for the game, and writes, "Until next time, Zine Lord Brad from Arizona." Thank you, Brad.
Yes, thank you, Brad.
This one's easy. It's easy to pick up and play, and once
Yep.
you get into a rhythm, it's easy to.
Can I
it's
ask a
easy
few
to
questions I haven't asked in quite some time?
Sure.
If you were to compare your experience with this game to a movie, comic, TV, any sort of media, what would you compare it to?
I got mine.
Please go on.
Home movies.
Shit, that's good.
Because it, like, the characters in the game, outside of the bowlers, like the characters, like the turkey, like announcers and stuff,
Yeah.
God, he does.
all looked like they could have been.
It looks like Brandon Small.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like, when did this come out? And I was like, well, it came out before then. So it's weird.
God damn, that's really, it did not even occur to me, but God, you're right.
So yeah, that's my answer 100%.
Okay. I know there's some like kind of funless bowling movie out there. Which it was not, again, it's not fair. I had a pretty good time playing it. I would say instead of it being a movie, it would be the equivalent of watching bowling on Saturday afternoon in the 1980s.
Wow.
And
And you liked the game?
I liked watching bowling on Saturday afternoon in the 1980s. I did. That's why I've loved bowling for my whole life. So that's a pleasant experience for me, but I also understand that would be a boring experience for a lot of people. And this game could very well be a boring experience for a lot of people. Personally, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I liked it. I liked this game. So far, it's the best bowling game I've played on the system, I think.
It's the most straightforward bowling game.
Yeah, it's the best of the two. I 100% agree.
My biggest thing about it that I don't like is that I just feel like it's too straightforward.
There's not a lot of
It
nuance.
is so basic. Like,
It's
I mean,
a
it is
92
like,
game,
yeah.
obviously.
I know,
Yeah,
92.
yeah.
So you would give it some, definitely give it some credit. But I mean, honestly, especially with it being a 1992 game, I loved the presentation.
The presentation
I
was
loved
good.
The presentation.
The characters looked good. The
Yep.
colors were nice.
Yep, great colors.
I liked the fact that you could select like the weight of the ball.
Yep, sure.
And you could customize like they said, the oil not on the ball but on the lane.
Right.
Each of the four
And there are
players.
4
Yep.
players. I've got the list of the characters
Well,
when we're
let's
ready for it.
Yeah,
Are we ready
that seems
now?
like a great
But
time.
my answer was Turkey.
Oh, I'm
which is
sorry.
the upcoming anime bowling this year.
Oh, I've got to
Nice.
watch that. I've got to watch
Yeah, that
that.
is
Because
right
this
up your
game is very
alley.
anime.
Hey.
I know. These 4 characters are very anime-ish.
Yeah, they really are. And you could tell this game is Japanese.
Right.
I mean, it is a 100% a Japanese video
Yeah.
game.
Developed by Technos.
Yes. And I liked the standard bowling mode was easy to pick up and play and understand. And like the article said, when you line up your shot, you can line up the arrow to show like what pin you want to hit, and then you can move your character back and forth to line him up the right way, and then you can. Then it gives you a power meter you got to hit, like either right in the middle for slow, and on the outside of the meter for very powerful and whatnot. But there were 4 playable characters in the game. The first character is Pete Pins Peterson.
Okay.
Pete Pins Peterson is a well-rounded bowler with balanced stats. Ideal for beginners.
Okay.
You're Mario.
Yes. The next character is Robin Red Randall, who specializes in spin, offering precise control for tricky shots. The next character is Mars Muscles Maxwell. And, of course, he's a strong bowler, focuses on strength, making his throws powerful but harder to control. And then last but not least is Susie Spinner Spencer, who excels in spin-based techniques for players who prefer curved shots. And that is the cast of characters.
Okay. I played as Robin.
I played as all of them.
Cool.
I played one full game of regular bowling as all of them.
Did you notice a big difference between them?
Not really, because I always lined up my shot the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best score I got was like a 280.
That's fucking good, though.
Yeah, it's like
that
an
is good.
insane amount of strikes, and everything else was spares. Like, I never left a pin standing because I was able to get my shit lined up and do it the same way every
Each time.
And
Yeah.
that's what, 1 day with the game?
1 hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It would be fun to play with other people, I think, but even then,
And they have a 4-player mode.
yeah, they
That's
do,
cool.
and that's good.
I'm sure it's past the controller. Is my guess.
maybe.
I didn't try it. No one wanted to play with me.
But I don't think it would stand up for very long. It's not the kind of fun experience like you get from Wii bowling, where you
Yeah.
actually make the motion
Sure.
and bowl, and it's got a lot more nuance, and you can spin and do all kinds of stuff. But for 1992,
Yeah.
on the SNES, I think it's a solid game. It got a lot of positive reviews at the
I can believe it. I mean, it's a really good, it's a very colorful game.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in 1992, that's going to go a really long way.
Well, and it's the kind of game too that you can play, and then your little sister can play it too, and have
Yeah.
a little fun and feel. I think a young player, a very young player, like 4 or 5 years old, would take a good liking to this and be entertained by it, especially if they start to get good.
I can see them, like, especially with the presentation, because the presentation being colorful and like cartoonish, does seem like they're like, okay, clearly we have a dad game on our hands. How can we make this more appealing to younger players?
Yes.
Because I honestly, I think that you might be a little bit of an outlier, loving bowling as much as you did at a young age.
I'm biased in that way.
Yeah. I just feel like I think that most children probably would rather play something else. So
I agree.
So I think that's why they went the direction that they did. I think they were trying to go for, like, hey, maybe we got a dad game on our hands. Maybe we can get some kids too.
Yeah.
I mean, Wii bowling shows you. I mean, there's a market for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and I
If
think
handled correctly.
yeah, totally.
I thought the golf mode was interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It sets up various splits.
That
and
makes it replayable.
Yeah, it really does.
Otherwise, it is not replayable.
Not very
after
much,
a
unless you
few
have a
hours.
buddy over and you want to play a few frames and then call it a day.
Yep.
If they would have had like a character creation and a tournament mode, like similar to
Some AI bowlers you could go up against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work your way up.
yes.
Something to strive for other than points.
Yes, that would be, man. I would have gone from like being pleasantly surprised with this game, because I was pleasantly
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
I would have gone from that to loving it, where it would have been
Give me
like
a Mortal Kombat ladder where it's like
Yep.
goofier punch out style opponents that you're
I think
bowling
that would be
against.
Totally.
amazing, and I think that just leave the standard shit in there, but add add what you're saying.
Yeah,
and
do the
I think
Riddick Bowe. Give it the
would've
Riddick Bowe boxing
Absolutely.
treatment, and
Absolutely.
yeah, and so it's kind of rough because we just did that, and that's fresh on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I see a sports game,
That might
miss
be a
that
brand new
opportunity.
sentence. Give it the Riddick Bowe boxing treatment.
Nah, surely not. Surely that's not the first time. It'd be a shame if it was.
It's got to be a euphemism for something. But the golf mode, it just basically sets up different splits with different numbers of pins, and you get and it sets par for that shot. So it's just like with golf, you try to get all the pins knocked down in as few throws as possible. And if you get them all in one, they call it a hole in one. And birdies and bogeys and all that kind of stuff, it applies there. And it was really interesting. I got like my best score, I think, was a -2. Like
That's really good.
Shit,
two
man.
under par.
That's really
I
good.
was like at +14. I sucked at this mode.
Yeah, I sucked at golf too.
What I did
Because
think.
it's
Go ahead.
Yeah, if it wasn't in the middle, man, that's where our ball went. Right up the fucking middle every fucking time.
Yeah.
I think that one of the funny things was like if you bowl less than 200, it'll tell you when you finish your 10th frame, it'll tell you maybe you should try practice mode or golf mode.
Yeah.
In other words, you suck.
Yeah.
Practice more. And if you got too far over par on the golf mode, it should say maybe you should try regular mode or
Go
practice.
outside.
Yeah. You're probably good at like woodworking or something.
Why don't you really bowl?
Ever tried painting? But again, generally, one of the fun things too was if you do well, if you break 200 or get a high enough score on either mode, you get champagne, sprayed on you by the other two. So one of the other two of the other three characters. So it was pretty fun.
It's two lovely ladies.
Oh, that's right. It is.
It's two lovely ladies.
That's right.
Because I managed to get a 215, so I got to see it. That was nice.
Yeah, it was a little reward.
Yeah.
A little good job, little pat on the back.
Yeah, but a little. It was another one of those where it's like, man, this game is like, if they just pushed it just like a little bit, like take one more step.
Yeah.
In everything you do, and this honestly, it really could have been like a super great game.
Yeah,
I think,
I
but I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised. It's way more attractive than any other bowling game that I played.
Even like looking at the side by side with Brunswick or whatever, it's just this is so much more
Brunswick is such a
digestible.
ugly,
Yeah.
ugly bowling
It's
game.
an example of they didn't overthink it, but maybe they should have thought a little bit harder. But no, it didn't. The extra stuff that like you were talking about not being in the game didn't ruin the experience. It's just not it doesn't have a lot of staying power per session. I could see it being played for an hour with friends and then we're going to move on to something else.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it would be I feel like it would be a good one to have in your collection just for that reason. Just where it's like, yeah, it's just something you play with friends for 20 minutes every now and then.
I didn't really think that the controls were that great either, because like I wanted to be able to put more spin on the ball.
It was tough to tell,
and you couldn't really tell if it was going to work or go the direction that you wanted it to go. Even if you had it all lined up right, it might go completely the wrong way. And so it was some of those little finer tuned controls were a little bit obtuse.
Yeah,
but that was few and far between.
What I found odd was, and I found this out by accident, is that you could change the direction of the ball after you select it, because like that little triangle shows up. Yeah. You can move it after that. So
no shit.
Yeah, and it's like I did it on accident because I was like trying to see what would happen if I didn't hit a single pin in a game.
You're right.
And then I fucked it because I got bored at frame after frame of like, this sucks. Like trying to do. Yeah. And it was like, I just happened to hit the D-pad.
I panicked. So I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. Can I? Oh, I can still move. Okay.
So I thought that was weird that it doesn't lock it in.
Yeah.
I could see when you're actually playing it for real that it would be a good thing. But in my case, it was like, oh, fuck.
Top 100, bottom 100? Where would you place this in the full scheme of the Super Nintendo library?
I'd say it's probably just maybe a little higher than... I'd say it's in the top 30.
Top 30 of all SNES games?
Of all SNES? Of all of them? No, not that high. I'd say in the top third of all of them.
I was going to say top 300 is what I was
top
going to say.
200, 300,
It's got a good enough... It's good enough for that.
Yeah. Where did it win you or lose you?
I mean, right away, I
was
good
bored
about
until golf. So it had me golf like, oh, this is why I can keep playing it.
It won me. It won me right away, even with the standard turkey bowl, just because I like it. I like the game. I like bowling, and I liked the variety in selecting the balls and all the stuff I mentioned earlier. So right away, it was kind of a good hit for me. And then I wouldn't say it ever really lost me, but I did get bored with it fairly quickly, so I put it down. I didn't play it long.
I didn't either. I played it for probably about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do an hour, and it was just because I couldn't do an hour because it's like, I guess I could do an hour, but I feel like I've done all the things.
Yeah, you don't really have to get the full scope of it. You don't have to play it.
It's like the only thing I could do is get better at these two different versions of bowling. And it's like I'm already on the top 5 in Turkey. So it's like I don't want to get, like, I'm not going to sit here and play this to get number 1 spot, you know? And it was like, so, but it got me pretty much immediately too in the presentation. Honestly, I thought I liked how it looked. Get
that mode 7 right away with the title screen.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the character design. I thought like it was cartoony enough. Like you have little turkey commentators that are up at the top right. I liked that. I mean, I liked all the stuff that a kid would probably like, you know?
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
So yeah, all in all, I'm also pleasantly surprised all the way around. Got any achievements?
Yes.
Please go on.
I'm eating the chocolate, and I just got a huge strawberry.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
It's really good. My first achievement is... Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
How do you unlock that?
That's not it. I'm sorry for being a pig. I took a bite right before I knew you were going to ask me.
You want me to go while you digest?
I got it. My first achievement is Red Dawn. And to get Red Dawn, you convert a 7-10 split with Susie. Susie Red. Or I meant Robin. I wrote it as Susie. I meant Robin. Robin Red Randall.
Okay.
Get it?
Yep.
My next
I thought at first you said Red Dong. And I was like, this might be racist, but I'm still going to laugh.
Nope, it's Dawn, like the movie.
Okay. Which was racist.
Have sex with that girl in her period.
Red Dawn was racist. No, that's the Bloody Pit.
My next achievement is Mars Attacks. And to get Mars Attacks, you win with Mars Maxwell throwing at full power in every frame.
Nice.
My next achievement is Robin Hood Win in Tights.
Fuck yes.
And,
Fuck yes. That gave me goosebumps.
To get Robin Hood Win in Tights, come from behind to steal the win with Robin getting 3 strikes in the 10th frame. My next achievement is Robin and Susie's Bogey Journey. And to get Robin and Susie's Bogey Journey, finish a game of golf bowling with 2 over par with either Robin or Susie. And my last achievement is Turkey Jerky. And to get Turkey Jerky, you be awkwardly aroused after winning a game of Turkey Bowl and seeing your character being sprayed by champagne bottles by 2 lovely ladies.
That leads into my first achievement, which is Bowl Kake. In order to unlock Bowl Kake, you get the ending where the female bowler I played as is getting sprayed down by 2 other women.
Damn it.
Holding champagne bottles while your bowler throws up the double peace sign.
Yes.
And it's like, good Lord, I have been conditioned by a lot of media
Girl,
to be aroused
same.
by this.
We had basically the same achievement there.
Yeah, I know. And my second achievement, I've only got 2 this time. I was lazy. My second achievement is you play like 10 pounds of shit in a 6-pound bowl. Ball, sorry, fuck. Do over. In order to unlock, you play like 10 pounds of shit in a 6-pound ball. You select the 6-pound ball and bowl a 0. Which is what I was actually trying to unlock that achievement because I was like, what happens if does it just say 0? What does this, does it say G for like all gutters, AG? He scored an AG.
It's just 0.
Okay.
I think there's a way to mark it on the sheet if you're doing it manually, but I can't remember if it's I think it might be like a minus sign, like you just dash it out.
Speaking of volumetric shit, though, I was the other day just thinking, like, if the funniest thing to happen to me, going to court for all the Kenna stuff, is that in official court records forever, it is listed 12-foot B. Arthur doo-doo yacht.
It is on the record somewhere.
Filed as evidence, 12-foot B. Arthur doo-doo pinata.
Hell yeah.
I've got 5. First one being hero to 0, get all gutter balls. Strength score of 6. You bowl with max heavy balls as the girl characters. Max men bowl with only the lightest balls as the Mars strong man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Jack Nicholas, get a gutter ball on the last frame in golf, as he tends to do. Okay. And the last one is Riddick Bowling. You play that. You play as each of the characters and try to beat yourself.
Nice.
Solid achievements tonight.
Yeah. You guys had really good achievements.
What do you think? Well, that's just because of our sexual proclivities.
Yeah.
What do you think you'd pay for this game if you were to buy it?
Well, it was $60 on release, which
Man,
I find
God
to be
damn it.
very overpriced.
Yeah, considering
what it is.
But if you bought it today, it would be on your phone, and you'd spend $60 in microtransactions anyway.
Probably to buy new balls and new
balls
outfits
and new ladies. The lady bowlers, I feel like we haven't talked about. They got some big ass titties.
They
I don't
really do.
like. I feel like we have not done justice. When I was selecting characters, I was like, because I just recently saw like a TikTok where a guy was talking about fighting games, and he was like, if anyone gives you advice in a fighting game, you're trying to choose a character, is like play every character and figure which one fits your style. No, just play as the hottest character. And I was like, I took that attitude with this game.
Yeah.
And because I was like, God damn, they're not like a low cut or anything. It's like essentially in a onesie, but it's still like they're working.
That front profile very bowed out, if you know what I mean.
They're working.
Kind of goes like this.
Working for it.
Because there was that one anime game I played on Vita, like Hyperdimension Neptunia, where all the characters
were a console.
Yeah, and the console's processing power determines how big their boobs are. So, like the one based on the Xbox is like massive, and the girl based on the Wii is completely flat, and everybody makes fun of her the whole time.
Flat justice.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I don't know. Today it might be $13.
$13.
$7.50.
$7.50.
I feel like he's going to get this one.
Actual retail value of Super Bowling used on average for the Super Nintendo, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording is $10 even.
Pretty much right in the middle of where we picked.
It's a real 7-10 split. Right?
Hey, Lord, they're coming from everywhere.
Like the champagne. What do you think Flopsy had to say about this game?
I bet it didn't say anything about bowl kake.
We'll see.
Flopsy's not brave enough.
I think right up the middle.
3 stars.
3 stars, common.
I think this was common.
Yeah. I think it's early enough that there were a lot of copies made because there weren't a lot of other games to compete with
That's
at that
probably
time.
true. I'm on
And it's
board
cheap.
with 3 stars common.
I'm good with that. 3 stars common. Sounds great. That was fast.
It was easy. Didn't have to do a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you play this game.
Well, according to Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike. Good Lord.
Yeah.
You know that Evan Almighty? No, it was Bruce Almighty. Steve Carell. That's what I feel like tonight. And it's like I haven't had enough caffeine or I've had too much. I don't know what it is. Anyway, Flopsy does give it. I'm in the R's. That's a problem. Super Bowling. Page 309. 3.5
Okay.
stars.
Not too far off.
No. Availability is common.
We didn't factor in that they go a little high.
It says special features edit mode,
What?
which I didn't.
Never saw that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't know what that's all about. Unless they're talking about the practice mode where you can specify where
That's
the pins
probably
are
what
set.
it
Could
is.
be it.
That's probably what it is. I hadn't heard it referred to as edit mode.
Yeah, me neither. This was reviewed by DG, who says Super Bowling was the only bowling title on the Super Nintendo for the majority of the system's window, as Brunswick World, Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong? What is wrong with me? I
don't
I got
know.
Bull Kake on the braid.
Yes.
Temple of Doom. It's got to be your bull.
Temple of Man. If I go to the hospital later, remember me. That's all I ask. Remember me. I think the end is near. Brunswick World Tournament of Champions wouldn't come out until 1997. Right. Because we made jokes about how the PlayStation was out when that game came out. In many ways, it had similarities to the Soul bowling game released for the NES. Wow, there's only one bowling game on the NES?
Damn.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And one my family spent years playing at gatherings, championship bowling. That's pretty much it. Practice mode, golf mode, stuff we talked about.
We covered it.
Yep. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun talking to you guys about things, eating some chocolate.
Hell yeah.
But if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what beard and why?
The goatee of the dude. It's all easy, mellow.
Where's the money, Lebowski? Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
The glasses of John Goodman's character in The Big Lebowski.
Mm-hmm.
So double Lebowskis.
Mm-hmm.
Lebolskis.
Across the sky. Nice. I love it.
We'll see what we're going to play next week.
I do.
All right. Grab the batter up. Peripheral here. Plug it in. Put my head on it. Wild and Crazy Kid style. Turn my no-no hole in a circle and say the prayer we all love to say. Whammies. Stop.
21.
Damn. New one?
It is not.
Okay.
It's Aerobiz.
Yeah,
Aerobic.
remember that?
Aerobiz.
Remember that one?
Mhm.
All right. Do it again. Whammies. Stop.
76.
New one.
Up for debate.
Ooh, a redo.
It is. It is Brett Hull Hockey.
Okay.
We've done.
Yep.
However, 77 is Brett Hull Hockey 95. And I do not know if these games are fucking identical or not. I could consult with Flopsy.
I bet they're very, very similar.
I bet they probably are, but who knows? We've run into situations where it's been
True.
an entirely different developer. I'm looking real quick. Brett Hull Hockey. Came out in 94, developed by Radical Entertainment. The Radicalizing our Super Nintendos. Okay.
It joined ISIS.
Brett Hull Hockey 95 came out exactly 1 year later, January 94 to January 95. Developed by Radical Entertainment.
Same thing, new roster.
It looks like it. Yep.
All right, I have an idea.
Okay.
If we can guess just right now, we don't have to do this at all, but if you want to make it interesting.
Hell yes. You know I do. We're going to bet on something?
If Tyler and I can guess right now what the availability and star rating of Brett Hull Hockey 95 is and get it right within a half star and exactly right on the availability,
Okay.
then we shouldn't have to do it ever.
Okay.
We can cross it off the list if it's that similar. Do you agree?
I think that is interesting. Sure. So wait, if you get it wrong, we have to do it?
That's the part that I'm saying is optional. If y'all don't want to do that one,
I think this is a fun game. I think that the stakes are very high, and I have the teacher's edition, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, really? Like something like that's a hint. I'm giving you a hint. I'm not gonna tell you which side it's on.
could we assume?
I didn't mind Brett Hull Hockey, and clearly it had a sequel.
Can we have since Brett Hull Hockey was done?
Yes.
Can you tell us the star rating and availability of that one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that would be information. That would be public knowledge.
Right.
Had we been doing Flopsy at the time.
At the time of this recording or that recording.
That recording, yeah. Brett Hull Hockey, the availability was uncommon.
Okay.
The star rating was 1.5 stars.
So how much do you think
I think they likely
they
improved
would
it
have improved it in the course of one calendar year?
to 2 stars. That gives us, if it's 2.5, we're still in the margin of error. Or you could say 2.5, and we're still in the margin of error.
2.5, we could go either way.
Either way. All right, 2.5.
2.5 stars.
2.5.
Now we have to get the availability exactly right.
That's the rule. You got to get it exactly right.
The stars we can be off by a half star, but the availability has to be exactly right.
Okay. And what are you locking in on the stars?
2.5.
2.5 stars locked in.
Yep.
You can take the suitcase?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you think it would be more available than the first one, or you think it's still be
I do.
uncommon?
I think if they're making a sequel, they're going to make more of it.
Okay. Because maybe they hooked a lot of folks on the...
Yeah, enough people
First
bought it to
one.
merit it. We'll sell more.
So
This is the better version.
Do you want to go common?
I kind of do. Kind of want to go common.
How?
If you feel strongly about uncommon, that way they made the same amount, which also makes sense.
The only thing is that we don't have a lot of information.
And, well, it is 95. That's a little late in the Nintendo's lifespan.
True.
Let's go uncommon.
Okay.
Or they only made one. It's very rare.
Very rare.
Brett Hull comes to your house and plays hockey with you.
Lucky you.
I want to remind you guys, just because it's on the same spread as Brett Hull Hockey, Brunswick World Tournament of Champions was a 3-star game.
Bull fucking shit it was. Man, no way.
Not for me, it wasn't. But
No, absolutely not. It's bullshit.
You don't think this could have gone to 4 stars, do you?
No,
Okay.
no. They'd be the best hockey game on the system, and I don't think that's true. If it was 4 stars, then we would have had Brett Hull 96.
I like uncommon better than common
Okay,
for
uncommon.
this.
2.5 stars, uncommon.
We locking it in?
I'm good with it.
you can turn your keys. That's our game show's shtick.
Turning
It's like
the
turning the
keys.
keys. Yeah, nuclear codes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Gentlemen, Brett Hull Hockey 95. Availability You know what? Start with the stars.
Okay. We're fucked.
This is awesome. 2.5 stars.
Nice. Right on the money.
On
That
the
one.
fucking nose.
All right.
We should have said that if we got the star rating
One or the
exactly
other.
right, then we
Then you
could,
can nudge it one way or the other.
we could
Yeah.
nudge it.
Availability. Very uncommon.
Damn it.
Man.
Almost had it.
Very, very close. Close enough, I'd say. If we just want to fucking pass over it, we could. But hey, I'm also fine to do it. Because you
I
were
just
with us when
killed-
we did Brett Hall, were you? That was a
No,
long
I
time
We
ago.
could tack it on to the next hockey game.
Oh, okay.
That way we'll do a twofer of whatever
And
our
we
next
just
hockey
killed
game is.
that part of this show, that segment from
Yeah.
that episode anyway.
I love that. Let's do, next time we get a hockey game, we do Brett Hall
Add Brett Hall
95.
95. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we would have done it had we been doing the
Yep.
we do a
Combine all the
series of
bullshit.
sports games as one episode. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we re-rolling?
Reroll.
I loved your
Re-roll.
idea, Ian. That was a lot of
I
fun.
didn't want to play it.
It's a lot of fun.
I was hoping.
All right. Whammies, whammies, whammies. Stop.
577.
Way on
That's
the
up
other
there.
side.
S's?
It is.
Super?
It is.
Redo?
This is another fucking questionable one.
Okay.
We have kind of done this game already. We did a game called Super Mario All-Stars as part of IGN's Top 100. So it's a
Yep.
very early episode. There is a game, there was a release of Super Mario All-Stars called Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. And that is what 577 is.
I'd say let's not.
No?
I mean, those both have been done.
We've done both of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop.
279.
Repeat.
It is
Fuck. What is it?
King of Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Boy.
We have done that one, right?
We have. We have. I had to think about it, but we have.
There are a lot of games that sound like they could be the same game. But that was the brawler, right? That was
That was the side scrolling
before
beat 'em up
D&D
with the three
beat 'em up.
knights.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked that game a lot.
Yeah,
It's just
I remember you
what a
liking it.
bad name.
I think we had Phil on.
I remember.
We did.
Yeah.
I remember getting lost in the sewer in that game.
Stop.
572.
Repeat.
It is not
Oh,
a
572
repeat.
is another S.
Super,
It is.
Super
It is.
sports.
It is.
We're at the point
just
that
doomed.
everything's going to be a sports game.
Got
now.
a lot of them. Super soccer.
Whoa, that is not it. But you guessed the sport.
Okay.
It is Super Goal 2.
So we gonna do one as well? Is one also on that list?
One looks to be an NES game.
Okay.
So we could, if you want to. I mean, I don't know how much content there's going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might check it out. Don't
Well,
hold me to that.
We'll just try
but-
chicken sandwiches next week.
Okay.
So
Which reminds me, we're not at $569 on the Patreon yet, which means I don't eat a fish. I don't eat a fish sandwich.
Nope.
I don't eat 4/4 of a fish sandwich to equal one whole one. So patreon.com/TADPOG.
yes.
We
What goes with soccer but chicken?
Hell yeah.
Chicken sandwiches.
Hell yeah. Famous chicken and peanuts. Famous soccer food.
Just right to Logan's.
Yuck.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey man, want to play Super Goal 2 and go to Logan's? No.
God, the last several times I've been to Logan's, it's like, because Melissa used to
Dude,
love it when it was
I used to
good.
love Logan's.
Me too.
Back in the day?
And she keeps like, let's try Logan's.
No,
Honey,
it's awful.
The last 10
No.
times have been awful.
Yeah.
You've
Don't do
given
it.
it more chances than your awful
I know.
ex-husband. Just no more
No,
Logans.
Don't, yeah. But Wolverine's name is Logan. That means a lot to me.
If it were a Canadian Logans, sure,
Yeah, okay,
we'd go.
That's fair. Right now, he's definitely in his healing phase.
All right, so next week, Super Goal
2.
2 and chicken. So,
Duh.
thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, not Stitcher, but on Spotify, YouTube, all over the goddamn place. Lots of shit going on, but most importantly, Patreon.
We have patreon.com/tadpog is our URL. If you'd like to give us money,
Yeah, buy me a fish sandwich.
for $1 a month, you can have access to all of our bonus content. And if we get enough dollars per month, Dave will eat a fish sandwich.
We're so close. We only need $171 more before I can get a fish sandwich.
So all it has to happen, this has got to be a sustainable thing, not a
Right.
one-shot
green.
deal.
It's got to be green.
Just
So all of our listeners increase their pledge by $3, and we'll get
That's
there.
right. And we'll almost be there.
We'll be $45 away.
or recruit someone to start watching listening to the show.
Yeah.
and get them to give us $1 and do it for longer than 1 month.
Start the conversation like this. Hey, do you like cum, right?
I heard that about you. We did have some increases.
Come and fish.
Boy, do I have a podcast for you. No, you don't have to like Super Nintendo games. That's fine. That's optional.
It's really a minor part of the show, if I'm being honest.
That's why Taryn listens.
So we asked that you do this so Dave will eat the fish sandwich and we get more money. And we didn't hit our goal this month, but it's not for lack of trying.
Kiboka Monkey tried.
We got a new $5 member, Time Lord Josh Edwards.
Hell
Hell
yes.
yeah.
Thank you for jumping back on the donation bandwagon.
Back in with force.
It's $5 member, like a $5 foot long.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. I wasn't really meant to be a title, but it was a whole new donation.
Yeah, no, that's great.
So
I wish I had a $5 member.
$5 donor. Remember that old jingle, $5?
Oh yeah.
footlong?
Yeah. I remember
They got
going to
me with
Subway a
that
lot
shit.
because it was cheap. And
Yeah.
the food was never really great, but it was cheap enough where it's like, all right, yeah, cool.
Worth $5.
Yeah.
Now
$17 foot long.
oh, it tastes good, right? No.
And I think it's the only chain that I have active animosity. Well, no, Wendy's too. There are 2 fast food chains I have active animosity toward.
Aggressive price increase.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cubicle Monkey did increase his donation significantly.
Hell yeah.
On a relative scale. Thank you.
Thank you,
for
Cubicle
that.
Monkey.
I'm not going to say how much because he, I believe, is topping the board
Hell
at
yeah.
this moment.
Hell yeah.
Score
And then
leader.
We also have another one of our executive producers.
Alex Grimm, you want to meet him or beat him? Come on. Come on.
Another one of our executive producers stepped up, and upped their donation as well. Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, we're sorry you couldn't be on this episode.
Hell
Thank
yes.
you for increasing your donation and his little note that went along with his donation.
Yep.
Because his donation went up by $1.
Yep.
As we requested.
Yeah. Sustainable, like you're saying.
And the message he sent to Dave was, don't spend that extra 33.33333 cents all in the same place.
Too late, I already have.
Many times over.
Got a gumball at the mall.
And so to that, I'd like to say thanks to everyone who increased their donation, especially our executive producers, because y'all already give us $20 a month and at least. So for you to increase that is even more special.
Hell yeah.
And why you deserve to be named in this list that I am reading right now, starting with, of course, Cubicle Monkey, a very generous individual. Gamebug Prime, Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Pinball Airplane, Archmates Chris Edler. Sorry you couldn't be on this episode, but thanks for the extra buck. Derek Pope Sandwich, Burger Bottom Jeff Miners, congratulations on your marriage. Drink Smith Joey Webster, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Louisville correspondent Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flava Trick, Taryn Dahl, and Treff Dietrich. Thank
Hell
you
yes.
all for your donations. Thanks to everyone who donates anything at all.
Yep. Yeah, for
It's
real.
really cool of you to do that.
Yep.
It helps us a lot. I like money, and you're just giving me the thing that I like, which is money. So thanks. You knew exactly what I wanted this month, and I got it. So anyway, that's about it for old business. What you got? Anything else? Anybody?
I don't think so. Are we forgetting anything? I feel like we're forgetting something. No? Okay.
And you say the theme song, right, in the outro?
Yep.
All right. So how you guys want to close it out? Like your favorite bowler?
Fictional or otherwise, because I don't know how any real bowlers sound.
So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
Were we all Simpsons characters?
I was.
Yeah.
I was Ernie McCracken, Bill Murray's character from Kingpin.
Nice.
Just speaking in a totally normal voice.
Dave, you were the guy that Marge almost has the affair with.
Yeah.
And I was Barney. So.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of that guy. It was like Jean, right? It was like a French name, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to look
That's
it
like
up.
season 1.
Yeah,
That's way
it's super
early. Yeah.
And in my opinion, honestly, not like a super great episode.
Not a good episode at all, actually. I didn't like that one. Okay. Bye, everybody. TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler, and releases new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and just about anywhere else podcasts are hosted. If you have a question or comment for the hosts, don't hesitate to call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. If you'd like to send us something, you can do so at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you'd like to donate to the show, visit patreon.com/tadpog, and with a minimum donation of $1 per month, you will get access to all of our fun bonus content. Join the conversation on our Discord server at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free, and we'd love to have you there. If you enjoy our show and haven't already, don't forget to find and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
What's up, Tadpog? It's your beloved Adam. It is Tuesday, January 30th. We're almost done with the first month of the year. Pretty crazy.
2024.
I'm listening to, I don't even know what episode it is. I know you guys are doing a draft of Marvel heroes right now, and I wanted to call and hear a discussion with you guys on a topic that Ian had mentioned that made me kind of tilt my head in thought. Now, listen, I paused it immediately after Ian made this statement. So if you guys go on a long diatribe after this and talk about it and this call seems like a waste, I will call back with a totally different topic and you can just ignore my first call. But Ian mentioned that he liked Hawkeye because he believes that he is the Marvel version of Batman since he doesn't have really any superpowers. He's just kind of fighting the enemy, crime, bad guys, however you want to phrase it.
I know where he's going with this.
Weapons, and he's good with his weaponry. I wanted to get your thoughts. Is he the DC, the Marvel equivalent of Batman? Because a gun to my head, even water gun, if someone said, who's the Marvel equivalent of Batman?
You're going Iron Man, aren't you?
Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark doesn't have any powers. He just uses his intelligence, his charisma. He's a rich philanthropist who's a douchebag that also fights crime and bad guys. So I've always seen Batman in different universes. I'd never considered that Hawkeye was a Batman-like guy. So if we agree that Hawkeye is Batman, who is Iron Man? And vice versa. If we do agree that Iron Man is probably more
Booster
related
Gold.
to Batman than Hawkeye,
Yeah.
who's the DC equivalent to Hawkeye? And honestly, I would love
Green
to hear
Arrow.
you guys
Green
just
Arrow.
kind of go through
Yeah.
maybe the 10 most major Marvel characters and pair them up against the most likely of DC characters that match their personality traits and things like that. I think that would be a good, fun discussion. So would love to hear it. And like I said, if I just blew my load on this call because I didn't listen to the rest of the episode, I'll call back and totally ask something different. I freaking love you guys. You guys are my top 10 superheroes. All three of you.
Wow.
3 times.
Thanks, Adam.
Plus Jacob York of Wolf Fighting fame. All right. See you guys. Bye.
Not according to Zine Lord.
Yeah. We're not going to go and do, I don't want to do a whole 10.
Let's talk about Batman.
Daredevil.
We could do the
Daredevil?
thing.
Yeah, for me, Daredevil.
Is Daredevil... Okay, go ahead, Ian. Go.
No, you're fine.
Well, because, okay, Tony Stark, Bruce Wayne, millionaire playboy. But that's where it ends.
Right, I agree.
Right.
Because Batman's a detective, Tony Stark's an engineer.
I think-
So two very different paths.
I
Right.
think that Hawkeye and Iron Man combined are sort of Batman, right? If you got to factor in the tech and the money, then, but the training and the discipline of Batman is more like Hawkeye to me. Whereas, the philanthropist money thing comes from the Iron Man side. I think it's sort of more accurate to say that it's a combination of Hawkeye and Iron Man sort of equals Batman in that regard. But
I think Dave has an argument with Daredevil, though, because that's the
Daredevil's-
investigation.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
detective
true.
part.
Well, and it also depends, like, what Batman are you talking about?
right,
You know what I mean? And it's like, my preferred Batman is like fucking Ninja Batman. I like it when he's less tech, more street level, like Daredevil is,
Yeah.
and more ninja.
that's
And
a really good point.
I mean, Bruce Wayne's not blind, and Murdoch's not like super rich, but he's wealthy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know. Daredevil's always been like the parallel for me, but I could see the argument for Tony Stark with like the wealth. But I agree with you guys. It ends there because it's like Tony Stark is like, he is Iron Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he's a
And Bruce
shithead.
Wayne isn't like he does say I'm Batman, but not as Bruce Wayne.
Right.
If they were both in Marvel heroes, they're not in the same class.
No,
No.
not at all.
So I don't think there's a exact 1-to-1 for Batman.
No, I don't think so.
But whenever Hawkeye transforms himself into the other one, what is he? When he's-
Ronin.
Ronin.
Yeah.
Thank you. That to me is even more like Batman in a way, because it's less. It's more martial arts based.
Yeah.
Which I've always associated with Batman, especially Ninja Batman,
Yeah.
like you said. So I still kind of hold pretty hard to my belief of Iron Man being, for me personally, it's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
That's most like
Closest
Batman.
proximity.
And I wouldn't have a problem at some point, Tyler, if you want to draw up, if we want to do a discussion like a top 10 of like who we would compare parallels between the two like hero types that aren't obvious, that
Yeah, because
aren't-
some were made like that. Slade and Wade Wilson and
Yeah.
Sentinel, or is it Sentinel and Superman?
I want to say the Superman equivalent is the golden one from Guardians that was in Guardians. He was his own thing. Adam
Warlock?
I want to say was probably the Superman equivalent. But I'd have to think on it. A little bit to be sure. But maybe in a future episode we could do the thing that he was
do
talking
some research.
about.
Or grab that book over there, the Marvel.
We do have the Marvel Universe compendium, the reference book, but anyway. Thanks for the call, Adam.
Yes, thank you.
you, Adam. You're beloved.
Everyone have a good night.